Good evening. Thank you guys all coming to the school board meeting. We're going to stand up for the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Number 4 on the agenda, we're going to go to the superintendent, Dr. Murphy, for your updates, sir, please.
Thank you, Mr. Scrito. Welcome, everybody. A couple updates for tonight. First, looks like spring has finally arrived. Appreciate you coming out on a 70-degree day to our board meeting. We have, obviously, spring recess on the horizon, and our first day back from this long break will be April 13th. At that point, we'll enter the final stretch of the school year. So hope everybody is able to enjoy that break with your families and your friends. For our families with younger children, we have kindergarten parent orientations taking place in April. If you do have a child who is age eligible for kindergarten this fall, please be sure to complete the registration process so you can participate in those important sessions at the buildings. For middle school and high school students, please don't forget to register for our college fair on April 20th at the high school. Mr. Campanelli helps to put that together. I actually went last year. It was tremendous, great opportunity for students and families to explore future options and connect with a wide array of colleges and universities. For those of you with even older family members at home, we're looking forward to our annual Senior Citizens Dinner on April 22nd. I did receive a few funny texts from people with screenshots of the invite wondering why they were getting it. If I was sending them a message about the age I thought they were. We sent them, am I right, Mr. Tasman, to everybody in case we're unaware of grandma or grandpa being at your home. So last year's event was the most we had certainly in my time here. So we hope we have a packed house once again for that Senior Citizen Dinner. Again, April 22nd, and please be sure to RSVP by April 8th so we can plan accordingly. I also want to recognize a couple of students. First, congratulations to Matthias Kalaitzis, who has been selected as a recipient of the 2026 Student Champion for Sustainability Scholarship Award. It's presented by Richner Live and Herald Community Newspapers. Honors individuals across the island who are making meaningful contributions to environmental sustainability. Matthias will be celebrated at an award ceremony on May 14th. So incredibly proud of his commitment to make a positive impact on our community. Also want to congratulate Tanner Klass, an IB AP student whose research paper, ready? Optimization of rocket velocity performance using structural and payload mass ratios, there we go, has been accepted to the American Institute of Aeronautics and Astronautics Student Conference. Tanner will present his work at the University of Maryland on April 12th before a panel of judges. Incredible achievement, and so very proud of his hard work and dedication. Please join me in celebrating those two students. Also just want to recognize Suffolk Transportation, who's our partner with our buses. We had a mistake happen with our kick line team, and Suffolk Transportation, to their credit, owned the mistake and ended up donating last board meeting $1,000 to the kick line team, as well as waiving the transportation return fee from the airport. There was a mistake with coordinating, and the parents all had to drive the kids to the airport on the way there. And so, again, I appreciate that they own their mistake and they made a generous donation to the team. So thank you to Suffolk Transportation. I also want to just say to the community, we are still focused on our efforts in opposition of the lithium battery facility, BESS as it's known. You can expect some correspondence working on this over the break with a message of how your voice can be heard. This will continue our messaging that we've sent out before. So it's something that we're going to work on over break, and that should arrive soon thereafter. And lastly, we have upcoming on Tuesday, April 28th, it's our third annual Hauppauge Wounded Warrior Cornhole Tournament, where we compete against West Islip School District. Last year, we raised $10,000 for the Wounded Warrior Foundation. We are two-time defending champions. We want to raise the money, that's the first goal, but the second goal is to continue our dominance of West Islip. 22 teams from each district this year, that's 2 people per team, and then we have others who show up to support us, and that's on April 28th. So I just want to thank all my colleagues who come out and help make that event possible against West Islip, and again, that's later this month. And that is all. With that, I will turn it over to my friends to my left, Lalakin and Hannah, for an update.
Thank you. The junior prom tickets have all been sold, and juniors are bursting with excitement in anticipation. As a reminder, the proper guidelines have been posted on the Class of 2027 Google Classroom page, and students should take the time to go over these regulations before April 16th, the day of the prom. Students are encouraged to remember that the school day the next day is required, and they will not exempt themselves whether they are going on the class trip or not.
The Social Awareness SAD Club hosted their annual wellness fair this past Friday, offering students a day focused on mental health and well-being. With interactive booths and community organizations, the event encouraged conversations around self-care, stress management, and healthy choices, reinforcing the importance of mental well-being in students.
The quarter ends tomorrow, April 1st, and all students should check with their teachers to get any and all assignments completed. In addition, the robotics trip to the Armory is Monday, April 6th through Wednesday, April 8th, and we wish our robotic heroes good luck.
The senior class trip also just returned from Disney, which was an incredible, positive, and memorable experience for all involved. Students were able to truly bond, unwind, and celebrate their final year together. From exploring the parks to sharing time as a class, the atmosphere was overwhelmingly upbeat, and students were respectful and appreciative throughout. The trip ran seamlessly and served as a special milestone, giving seniors lasting memories as they prepare to transition into the next stage of their lives. That's all from us tonight. Thank you.
Thank you both. So move on to, are there any 5A recognitions? We'll move on to 5A, Dr. Murphy, 2026-2027.
Steve,
Yes,
am I using this or the mic?
your choice.
Good. So, 2 quick things before I get into the presentation. I forgot one shout out. I'm realizing the last time I presented, I was somehow I'll always figure out how to mention St. Patrick's Day tax. I know you love when I do this. Last time I presented was St. Patrick's Day. I was in my full get up, and a couple of days later, at Superintendent's Conference Day, I had reached out to an Irish step dancing school to find out if they would, what it would cost to have dancers come to Hauppauge. When the woman Debbie, who runs the school, asked what this was for, I said it was to surprise teachers and staff members. She loved the idea so much that she ended up sending step dancers to Hauppauge at no charge to me or the district. So I just want to give a recognition to Debbie and the Mulva Hill Lynch Irish Step Dancing School. They sent 10 girls to dance for the crowd. Those my colleagues in attendance will tell you it was just unbelievable. So thank you to her. I just want to thank the principals who are here. Joanne, we're missing one. Mr. Corlin, who is still recovering from a Battle of the Buildings injury. He should be back soon. And I just want to thank Dr. Reingold, who has helped us out quite a bit at Forest Brook in Mike's absence. So thank you to all the principals for being here. That's my little, yes? So with that being said, I'll get into the presentation. So, oops. There we go. So those of you who have not been here this year for presentations may not know, this is kind of a standard slide that I like to anchor every presentation to. It just talks about our mission, vision statement, and our Eagles values. Tonight, I'm just going to pinpoint vision, which is to provide a safe, challenging, supportive environment where all students are empowered to reach their full potential. This particular presentation is all about what's in the budget for next year that helps to support that vision. Just 10,000 foot view from prior presentations, just the numbers here from the top down. Our levy from year to year is 3.72. Our operating budget from year to year is 2.87. The number that we're still curious about, which is still being determined up in Albany, is our state aid. The number that you see up there, we're seeing a decrease. Could change, that's the rumor, that we should be getting a few more dollars, all districts, but of course you can't count on that until it's gospel. So that's why you see the number that we know to be true. Staffing overview, so we have, it's been a trend the last couple of years, a few retirements, more than a few. This is always tricky at the end of the year. These are colleagues of mine from many, many years that I hate to see retire, great teachers, and so it's bittersweet. One of the things that we always are faced with is how do we continue to maintain all our programs with declining enrollment. So we are able to do that. We will have some attrition, 14 are leaving and 11 to be replaced. This is a breakdown of that net result. So the reduction there is a total of 3. Again, not from dismissing anybody, from attrition with retirements. A lot on this slide, so I'm going to kind of pinpoint and jump around here just a little bit. You have 3 columns. Here's what's happening K-12, here's what's happening specific to elementary, and then secondary. And I don't always do this, but I've been including tonight just because the hard drive is so full from this presentation. I have some speaker notes in case I forget something, so I just want to have those handy. Just starting on the left here, Eagles values, that's everything from Battle of the Buildings to our branding efforts. Health and well-being, that's, you may have seen our attendance campaign videos. Our partnership with Northwell continues. We're investing, we just had a meeting with Mr. Messina, our Director of Security, about more AEDs, refreshing our current stock. Network refresh, this is the stuff that's not fun and exciting, but when I started in the district, I was actually tech director. It's something that we've been consistently doing over the years. Every, I would say, 5 years, we're in the market for a refresh, and we're doing other things like penetration testing, just kind of making sure that our network is resistant, and cybersecurity phishing campaigns. At the classroom level, again, credit to Dr. McCarthy. We have a refresh cycle that's been in place for years now to make sure our students have the latest and greatest technology in their hands. Our standard classroom has a smart board like this one, and the AE microphone like this. In the classroom, the speakers are in the ceiling. It's tremendous. And then we have recently flex boards, which are like mini smart boards in the hands of teachers who are, let's say, in the back of the room with 3 to 5 students for like a mini lesson. They've been tremendous. We've been purchasing security vehicles. We just got some new ones in this year. Next year, we'll be adding another one to that fleet to make sure that our security guards have what they need to secure our campus. At the elementary level, again, for years, we've been fortunate, we have full-day ICT, integrated co-teaching, so we support our teachers with coaching, targeted PD about differentiation in the classroom, and then we have a number of programs we're always looking at new curricula where required that aligns to changing standards. So that's everything from reading and math to our intervention supports and our progress monitoring tools. And I'd also just like to focus on STEAM, which we're proud of here in Hauppauge, which gives kids, our students, an experience with robotics, with coding, with different experiences at our elementary level. At the secondary level, gosh, we're many years into this now, so again, I'd just like to thank the board. We continue to pay for in the budget. We're unique in this respect, as far as I know, across the island. Our students do not pay for any of the exam fees that you see up there on the board. The Hauppauge 2030 title there, that's something that we've been talking about and advertising. It's our way of capturing our strategic plan, which sets our direction for the next 5 years. So I'm going to talk about in a minute our areas of study, our Eagles areas of study. We also are complementing our current IB program with the career program, the IB career program, I should say IB, not IC. And we're also sustaining and also building upon our CTE offerings always. We have 2 new course offerings we're excited about. AP Cybersecurity, obviously timely, and in this world it's so relevant. And also Financial Algebra, which is exactly what you think it is. It's like teaching students about loans and credit cards and just financial awareness at home. So this is a new elective that we're excited about. College trip, I think all the details are finalized for this summer with Mr. Campanelli for our annual college trip. So that continues to be part of the experience for our kids. And then, again, this is not an exhaustive list, but just a couple of examples. Eagles Brew, which I love, is a coffee cart at the high school that our students run. Often go there for a cup of coffee, and it's great to see the kids who are learning life skills to help add smiles to the faces of faculty and staff. The on-site community collaboration, we have lots of examples of this going on throughout the district. We're adding an 811 class to the high school, unified bowling. I was just at unified basketball the other day at the middle school. Packed house, always just the Hauppauge community comes together to support our kids with those efforts as well under the umbrella of inclusive athletics. I pulled this quote from another presentation we had done for the board just to kind of try to encapsulate what we're trying to say here. Our goal is to create a cohesive, college-inspired campus identity where every hallway, classroom, field, program, experience and activity reinforces pride, purpose, and the Hauppauge story. So that's what you see being built, what's obvious to you on the fields, right? But in our classrooms, in our hallways, it's why I'm so laser focused on our imagery, our district slogan, learners today, leaders tomorrow. It's creating a mini college campus type experience at our high school, which trickles down to the other buildings. I will say, I'm so thankful to the PTA. I asked them if we can begin to be more inclusive of the elementary imagery and the colors and the things that are going on with branding there, and they were all in on that effort because everybody wants to be part of the Eagle experience. So we're going to see more of that coming. So areas of study. We are looking to capture existing experiences in such a way, coursework, and complementing it in a way that students are excited. So for now, for this presentation, areas of study, I'm kind of putting it into buckets here, where you see pathways. So business and finance, law and criminal justice, These are sequences of courses that students may already be taking, and where necessary, we may add a course or two over time. And that will be the business and finance pathway, the law and criminal justice pathway. And again, we find that students respond, right? So previous slide talked about partnerships. Today at the high school, I attended what was a career fair, and there was, how many, Tim, 30 or so local businesses. It allowed high school students to kind of get a taste of different career paths and such. We find that if we can package these, again, it connects back to branding in such a way that catches the attention of students, that they're more inclined to be excited about their learning and potentially gives them an on-ramp to future careers. So this is, generally speaking, what we foresee: business and finance, law and criminal justice, and then over the next few years, everything from early childhood education to leadership and public service. Focusing just on law and criminal justice for a minute, this is again a rendering of a hallway in the high school where you can see how this could come to life and excite students. Wow, that's the law and criminal justice hallway, right, where for the most part those courses are taking place. So again, building excitement, just like for those of you with college-age students, when you walk onto those college campuses, there's just that electricity. We're looking to continue to build that within Hauppauge, and always proud to say I feel like it already exists, so it's just kind of building upon that momentum. Next, again, just talking about the Hauppauge advantage. So we already have plenty of examples of students who have dual enrollment opportunities. They take a course in high school in Hauppauge, and they're able to achieve college credits. We're looking to streamline this and make it easier and more obvious to students and parents to cut down on the paperwork and kind of streamline this through Suffolk Community College. In addition, we are looking to leverage that relationship where students could potentially leave us with 1 full year of college credits. Now, we've had students, proud to say, who have graduated Hauppauge, gone on to college, and report that, they had 20 plus credits, even 30 plus going into college. But we want to make this more the norm than the exception. And then lastly, and this is just unbelievably exciting, the idea that our students could graduate Hauppauge with an actual associate's degree. So this is not a dream. This is something, again, I want to thank Tim for his efforts here. This relationship with Suffolk will allow us to have opportunities for kids to leverage our full course catalog and potentially leave us with an associate's degree. There are details we're working out, right? So when you present a budget, it's not like, okay, so everything you did up to today, that's the end of it. Like, we'll be working on this up until, the end of this school year and over the summer. But there's enough momentum here that we felt confident to talk about it tonight. Shifting to transfer to capital is just one budget line in our budget, and just to kind of highlight Forest Brook Playground. I really appreciate Forest Brook parents who have been patient here. We received a $100,000 grant. As you may imagine, paperwork, bureaucracy, it just takes a while to actually get to the point where the grant is really coming. So that money, along with other monies we have in existing transfer to capital, is going to allow us to rebuild the kindergarten playground at Pines. I'll also add that at Pines, there is what do you call it, the blue area? Blue rubber turf. Yeah, there's like turf surrounding the playground at Pines. We're looking to redo that starting this year, and that will also be ready for next year as well. The other focus which will be in the budget brochure for transfer to capital, will be district-wide instructional spaces. An example of what could be part of that focus would be more rooms at the middle school, as an example. Universal pre-K, again, Mr. Tasman's been kind of leading the charge here with the help of Tim and Rebecca and Gary Campanelli. The principals have really accepted and welcomed our littlest students into their buildings. Scope is our current provider. It's been successful. We've been, knock on wood, been able to accommodate all of our little ones into this program. We anticipate 8 sections. I believe the lottery is happening now, Joe, or? Yes?
The lottery's in April, but we have the
Okay.
applications already.
So one note about this is, the state, as you may imagine, sometimes the way that they provide funds is confusing and not always perfect. So we've been receiving allotment, not just unique to Hauppauge, of pre-K dollars, but we haven't been able to use all those dollars because of the controls they have in place for districts. So we've been, in order to make this happen in Hauppauge, we've been subsidizing it to a degree. So the dream here is there is language in the budget, and until it's final, it's not, that would hopefully allow us to reach more dollars and to fully fund the pre-K program. It's been so frustrating because it's like a double whammy. It's not only have we been subsidizing it, you know, with the headline of UPK for all, basically, but we've also left money on the table because of the way that it's been set up. So we have some hope that the current proposal being discussed up in Albany will solve for this anomaly. Again, not unique to us by any stretch. Lottery's April 14th. Thanks, Joe. Next, last board meeting, the board approved the language of the establishment of a new cap reserve. This is, we have existing cap reserves, which I will talk about. This will be something that the taxpayers vote on. There's no taxpayer impact. Basically, think of reserve as like a savings account with a specific purpose. In this particular case, we're kind of, the inspiration for this reserve is our Hauppauge 2030 strategic plan. So it's really filling in any gaps, and there's always, right, with the school district, things that you want to do that even when you have the bond work, there are things that were not part of the bond. So the establishment of a new cap reserve will allow us over time, if we have, if we're fortunate at the end of each year to have some nickels and dimes to put away, we could put it potentially into a new cap reserve. Existing cap reserves, so we have a cap reserve 1, and again, you'll see here, this is very specific focus. This is about HVAC and asphalt and roof and windows. This has some monies in it already there, no impact to the taxpayer, and we'll be asking the public to vote on authorization to expend those funds. Same with Proposition 4, this is cap reserve 2. We do have a specific focus here. We were not able to include in the 2023 bond boys and girls locker rooms at the high school, but this would allow us to reimagine those locker rooms for our kids at the high school. These are a couple of pictures I took one day when I did a walkthrough. I really can't properly capture the state of these locker rooms, but they are primed for a complete overhaul. So we are hoping that authorization does happen with this proposition. The bonds. So I think I will play this video in case you didn't see it. So obviously, the excitement is there, but just continually building about what's happening on our campus. So I just want to take a minute to talk about what's happened and what's coming. So the stadium field and the track, the video scoreboard is up. It was actually tested recently. I think it was used for the first time with flag football for the girls. The grandstand seating and the new press box are coming in the fall of November 2026. If I do this. High school multi-purpose turf fields, those are actually in use to a degree and being completed as we speak. Just tremendous excitement, thank you. About those fields on the west side, fields, you have the football, lacrosse, soccer possibility, and on the east side, you have lacrosse and soccer. Good? Perfect, thank you. The baseball and softball turf fields, again, there's every day we drive by there, we're seeing those in some state of being completed. These are actual pictures from this week. Middle school multi-purpose courts. This is one of my favorites, bond investments. I'm just seeing the kids out there all the time, and I just drive by happy seeing the kids playing. Additional projects coming. So, access pathways at the high school, irrigation. One of the issues forever in our fields was we just had problems with keeping the grass and such. So important. Lighting, sound systems. The high school parking lot security booth is up. There's other security measures in place as well that are not yet live but are coming soon. Elementary bathroom renovations at all three buildings are coming. Everything from gang bathrooms to upgrades in particular classrooms. District-wide classroom door replacement and card access. This is started at Breckenwoods Elementary School. This is a tremendous investment, but we think so important for the safety of our students and our staff members. So I don't have my card on me right now, but you imagine a teacher that would be swiping in to go into the classroom, and a principal would have access to all the classrooms. And it's obviously, I'm not going to get into the details because you never want to really reveal everything that comes with a security system, but just think of these as smart doors, right? That helps to continue our complete security ecosystem district-wide. Gymnasium air conditioning, thankfully, this is coming to all 5 buildings. I've sat through graduation at Pines in the 100-degree gymnasium with the suit on, and it's not fun. So the kids will be enjoying a cool experience in the gymnasiums. HVAC ventilation district-wide as well. Other pathways at the middle schools, the comfort station at the high school, and a gathering area. The renderings of this are very impressive, so we're looking forward to that. That will mean that the existing structure will be coming down and completely rebuilt. Bathrooms as part of that, and there will also be a bathroom facility at the high school field north. Also, the high school TV studio is being reimagined. Eagle's Nest and pool locker rooms are part of the bond. And then, this is a lot that we're juggling here, I will say. This is the energy performance project that was approved last year. This is everything from boiler replacements and solar panels to LED lighting upgrades, and there's even a curriculum component for our students. So all of this particular project, just to kind of see the dollars and cents of this, the net result of this particular project will be net cash flow to the district over time. So it's all energy savings, and that's what our constituents approved for last year, which allowed us to start the planning, and this is coming soon as well. So we're busy in a good way. There's a lot of good things going on throughout the district, and as you can imagine, it's sometimes difficult in a presentation like this to kind of take a dipstick of each of the areas and pull out what is it that we want to focus on, because the actual sheets from the bond alone are like the tiniest font you could ever imagine, and sheets like this big of all that's in it. So that's exciting, and we're certainly grateful to our Hauppauge residents who have approved all this great funding for our district and for our kids. Budget timeline, we have tonight, we have the break. On the 21st will be budget adoption by the board, and that's the official adoption night with the report card. The hearing is on the 12th, and the actual budget vote is on the 19th. As a reminder, polls close at 9 o'clock now, not 10 o'clock. We changed that a couple years back. And that is all for my presentation. I'll take any questions from the board.
Thank you.
Ms. Greer?
Any of the board members have any questions? Dr. Trout?
Quick question about the universal pre-K. You mentioned that there's a lottery for it. How many applications do we have and response do we have?
Joe, what do we, last year was like 160?
Right now, today, we're in the same ballpark as we were last year. We have like 169 applications. Not all that are, we have to go through them. Some of them are repeat, some of them are live in the district. We need sections with a maximum of 20 per section. That's 160 spots max. So not everybody joins in, not everybody puts in their application. It does, even if they get picked, a lot of people, whatever the reason is, they before care or after care, choose not to come. So we've been able to this year, and always been able to accommodate everyone from the week.
We've never turned anyone down in the end.
We've had wait lists, and then we've been able to accommodate. And people who are on the wait list, who may not be close to not getting accommodated, or ones who missed the deadline, it was Friday, put in their original application, that people who've been to the area after the application or something like that, we've been able to accommodate.
Great, thank you.
Any other questions from the board? Any community members have any questions, Dr. Murphy? Yes.
Kevin?
Hi, you mentioned the playground, and I noticed it was going also, when will first small playground be done?
It will be ready for kids in September. What I always say is, barring something else, but like the paperwork with this grant has been just there, but we have good traction right now.
Is that by any chance also include the laptop by the large playground?
No, I don't believe so. The new playground?
The new playground, but the old laptop.
Okay, that's something we can look at and talk about with Mr. Paul and Mr. Holm. Okay.
You talked about bathrooms. Any chance the gym bathroom is included in that, the college stuff?
So, yes. The gym bathroom is going to be split as a student bathroom, and it's big enough to also be a staff bathroom in the hallway, so that's being worked on this summer as well.
So that's ready for next year. And then will Firestone see any type of reductions in the next year? Any kind of reduction in class section or any other?
Funny that, I remember last year. The news about class sizes, K-5, is that we're actually slightly down overall. We don't have a single class average across any grade level at the elementary school all class sizes are lower than 22, K-5. And the Forest Brook, all three average, the average K-5 district-wide went from 19.1 to 18.6. No notes on that, boom.
Very good, very good.
Somehow, that page, I lost in the presentation.
Oh, really?
But would we losing any class sections left?
I don't believe so, Joe, class sections at Forest Brook.
At Forest Brook, Forest Brook is, no. I'm laughing because.
Here's the Forest Brook anomaly. It's just amazing that every grade level has numbers that make it, and again, to the board's credit, this is something that they've been supporting. So we're able to support the low class sizes because we've been surgical when we're replacing retirees and such. But if we have 49 on the grade level, we've been going 3 sections as opposed to 24 and 25. As you know, you're well versed in this conversation now, that technically is allowed under the policy, but we haven't been doing that. And this is as of today. Kids move in, kids move out, so that conversation can evolve and you can always reach back out if anything changes. I know you had your hand up.
I have a question in regards to, your proposal. Is there any lighting proposal for regular fees about fields frequently from the PTA standpoint? And in the fall, we had an event where there was a lot of lighting and a couple of kids, is there the ability to provide some kind of lighting, even if it's solar, or that can be turned on and off for safety?
So the question, in case the board didn't hear, is about lighting. I do believe, I'm going to confirm this and get back to you, but that the bond has lighting it's almost under the security domain because it's about what you're describing as safety and security. Let me confirm that. If it's not in the bond, it may be in the EPC. But lighting is definitely part of our overall approach, is to make sure we're properly lit in different areas.
I guess the stage of the
Guys, can you make sure you're taking, you have these notes up, please?
the stage of the high school on the side of their, the middle school is, a lot of kids play soccer there. There's soccer practices there, there's all soccer, and there's no lighting on that side of the field, so.
Yeah, so you're talking about the south lot fields, right? There is some phase 4 bond work that is going to address that area, but I will check in on lighting specifically.
Can
Sure.
I see that on that?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna confirm all the lighting, district-wide, just, and I'll make sure I get that out to you guys.
Additional questions from committee members? Dr. Murphy, as always, thank you for your presentation.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're going to move forward on to our consent agenda, that'd be 7.1 to 7.4. Get a motion from Dr. Crowley, the budget business meeting of the Board of Education, March 17, 2026. Crowley, second. Discussion. Favor? Number 6 on the agenda is questions and comments for tonight's agenda only. Committee members have any questions?
Sorry.
Yes, we agree. We're going to move on to our consent agenda. 7.1 through 7.4. Do the board members have anything they want to sever? Okay. Colin with the motion. Kyle with the second. Any discussion? Favor? No policies discussed tonight. Committee reports we're going to push till next week. We have a couple of members missing today. Any new discussion matters for the board members? Any new business?
Not from administration.
That's it. Once again, I want to thank all the principals. You guys are great, Dr. English. Gotcha. Okay. I want to thank once again all the principals coming, and before we're going to. Any questions or comments from the community whatsoever? Yes.
I wanted to ask if the district had either guidelines or a policy around teachers utilizing AI to go through lesson plans and then make and/or grade tests.
We don't have any formal policy that's been adopted by the board, but we do have guidelines we worked on with our teachers throughout the district at our last conference day back in November. It was November in the fall.
Are those guidelines available to parents to see?
Yeah, sure, and we can make them available to you.
Is there something you're looking for, if I may ask?
I think we're in the place where they're utilizing AI, and I just would like to know what the guidelines are, because some things don't necessarily make sense.
Yeah, I'll just say that we're very fortunate. We have a very collaborative relationship with the teachers about the complex conversation that is AI. So we have teacher leaders who help to vet these tools and train others on the best way to utilize them, but also how do we properly prepare students for an AI world. So in there is a lot of layers. We're not afraid. We've never been afraid as a district to adopt new tools, one-to-one back in the day. Different platforms, and AI is a whole other animal, and we're spending a lot of time with professional development, with conversations, with training ourselves, utilizing it, and making sure that we're learning the best way to leverage the tools, but also to make sure that we are using them not as a replacement of teaching or learning, but as a complement and to be used to enhance the experience. So it's complicated, Mrs. Assange, as you know, and this is something we're talking about all the time.
Yes. I have a question about the budget. Do you happen to know how many ICT sections are planned for each grade as far as from next year if changes are forthcoming?
Is there any changes?
No, there's a couple sections, but I can actually share with her.
We have them, as you mean, your parent at first book. We have them at every grade level. If there is a need to add an additional section, we've always been doing that. But let us confirm, and Dr. Bilski, we'll talk to you after the meeting if that's okay, to just get your name and contact information. Sure.
Any additional questions? Once again, we appreciate you guys all coming out. We're going to adjourn our next business meeting, the adoption board of the budget document. Board of Education will be April 21st. Thank you for a great holiday coming up.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out tonight. Have a great break.
Michael,
I've been.
you got my vote?
Make a motion.
Dr. Pratt. Discussion, all those in favor?
It's official. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.